relationship grows.
ours down
So
just
we
a little bit.
intentionally shine a light on what is going well and lift up our city's assets.
I'm sorry, Juliet.
I want to thank first and foremost the First C Foundation who makes this conversation possible and the entire Celebrate What's Right at Clemson organization.
Okay. She mentioned about the gun. I'm gonna do it.
Of course, we don't want this conversation to just stay in this
Thank you.
room. If you hear something inspiring or thought-provoking from the stage today, please join the conversation on social media with hashtag Celebrate What's Right. I also just want to mention, I think there are surveys either at your seats or in the middle of the table. We are dedicated to continuous improvement, so please do fill those out at the end of the session. You can just leave one at the table and we'll pick them up there. I'm very glad to now bring to the podium Candace Steele Flippen, Executive Vice President, Chief Communications Officer at First Horizon National Bank.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm delighted to be here and delighted to be back in Memphis. Some folks know this, but I'm actually originally from Memphis. My family moved away when I was young, and I'm a part of the story that we're all here to tell about how great it is to be here in Memphis. So I'm glad to be back. First Tennessee Foundation is also very proud to celebrate what's right in partnership with New Memphis and all of you here today. We believe, as Nancy said, celebrating all the positive things about our city is just the right thing to do. And we're so happy today to be here to invest back into our community and to invest into the leaders and those who are telling the stories to invite others to participate in our great city. We believe that when you shine a light, it grows, and there's so much to celebrate about what's right here in Memphis. Do you agree with me? We've assembled an outstanding panel of branding experts here in our city who are helping to shape our story and the strategies around our city and deliver wonderful messages about Memphis. As we consider the impact that our brand can have on Memphis and ways that we can attract and retain new talent and drive investment into our city. And so in a few minutes, you will hear from Ekendayo Bandele, Executive Director of Hattie Theater, Emily Callahan, the Chief Marketing Officer at ALSA St. Jude, ALSAC St. Jude, Ken Downey from Managing Director from YNR Memphis, Deirdre Malone, President and CEO of the Carter Malone Group, Jason Wexler, President of Business Operations of the Memphis Grizzlies. Please give our panel a round of applause. Conversation. So I'd like to get started by introducing you to our moderator, David French. He is the President and Chief Marketing Officer of the Memphis Brand Initiative, an organization that's dedicated to the powerful and best-in-class brand, marketing and communications efforts to drive our iconic city and the soulful city of Memphis. Prior to his role, David served as the Senior Vice President of Marketing and Communications and Corporate Partnership at the National Park Foundation, where he was responsible for overseeing strategic brand development, key fundraising, and helping to elevate the mission and attendance for the national parks. Most notably, he's recognized for the Find Your Park public engagement campaign for the National Park Service Centennial, which is credited for driving park visitation to all-time records. More than 305 million visits in 2015, and then he upped his game to 325 million visits in 2016. He served on the board's foundation as the interim president and CEO, guiding them to very successful leadership during his tenure. Prior to joining the foundation, David served as the vice president for communications organization you might have heard of, MTV. Where he directed the network's day-to-day communications and operations. We are so proud and privileged to have him here as a new Memphian, he tells me. So please join me in welcoming David French to the stage.
Good afternoon. Can you all hear me okay? Well, it is a real pleasure. Let's start that again. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Memphis. I am thrilled to be with you all here today. This is a real pleasure for me as was mentioned, am a proud new Memphian and been here for about a year and a half. And yes, I am the President and Chief Marketing Officer of a great organization called the Memphis Brand Initiative. We are a nonprofit, and our job is to really tell the story of Memphis. And I'm very lucky that I get to do this job not alone, but with a terrific group of people that stand alongside me. And if I can have Philip, aka PT, there he is, and Jessica stand up for a second, get acknowledged. I learn something new and exciting every single day from those folks, so I am really privileged to get to know them and to learn from them. So, I wanted to walk you through a couple things today. Before we get started, it's true. Before this, I was at the National Park Foundation leading the national parks through their centennial anniversary, which was a real privilege and a whole lot of excitement and fun. And yes, before that, I was Vice President of Communications at MTV. So yes, you can either thank me or not thank me for things like Pumped and Hit My Ride. And yes, Jackass, I am sorry. But now I'm here in Memphis, and I am very proud to call myself a new Memphian. With all of you, I found this place to be extraordinarily special and a real moment and opportunity for us as we move this city forward. So, guys, how are we doing on the down? Keep enjoying your salad, I'll keep vamping. So, let's start with a couple things. First off, the Memphis Brand Initiative. Our job, our mission is to lead Memphis brand stakeholders, which is all of you, in well-coordinated, best-in-class marketing communications practices that accomplish four things: that drive tourism, talent recruitment and retention, business development, and perhaps most importantly, civic pride, which we'll talk a little bit more about today. At the end of the day, what is that? Well, we believe in this intersection of mission and marketing. We believe that what we say about Memphis, the way we present ourselves as a brand, can have a catalytic change in our entire community. Whether that is our schools or our businesses, whether it's the talent that we're inviting and asking here to come to Memphis, every single one of these things are impacted in a way by brand. And so we are focused on that. In fact, a better way to phrase it is every single day my team and I wake up thinking, how can Memphis win today? What is the story that we can tell? And we start that by starting to think about a little bit about research and how this research tells us a little bit about Memphis. And in fact, I'm going to walk you through that research right now for a moment or two. First things first. When I got here, I wanted to know a couple things about Memphis, and one of those things included, well, do people know that there's a Memphis? Good news is, yes, thumbs up. People actually know that there is a Memphis. Where we have an opportunity, and I will ask you all the question, when we ask people, what do you know about Memphis, we usually get two answers in return. Any guesses what they are? Elvis? How many people said Elvis? That's a lot of you. Okay, any other guesses? Barbecue, good job. Elvis and barbecue. I love Elvis. I love barbecue. In fact, I was on the barbecue team for the first time. We placed 7th in ribs, which was like, I had nothing to do with it. I I poured Bud Light all weekend. That's all I did. But I was excited to be part of the team. So, barbecue and barbecue and Elvis. Now, I love barbecue and I love Elvis, but I also think we have a powerful, richer, deeper story to tell about Memphis. And so, How do we tell that story? And who's interested in hearing about it? Some of our research tells us that, in fact, when you ask people, okay, well, how do you feel about Memphis? To the tune of 48%, people outside of Memphis have a very positive to positive sentiment about Memphis. Another 41% haven't made it up their mind yet. They're completely undecided. Only 12% of national respondents are predisposed as negative on Memphis. I think this is the moment where I usually say, the rest of the world doesn't always see Memphis the way Memphians do. We can be really hard on ourselves. In fact, diving into that data a little bit further, two audiences I'm particularly interested in, a group you'll hear me call millennials, yes, I'm sorry, I'm going to use the M-word, 35 to 20-year-olds, as well as African Americans. We're a very diverse community, we're a very diverse country. When you ask those people outside of Memphis how they feel about Memphis, that negativity number drops into single digits. They're even more pro-Memphis than we are, or than the national sample is. So we believe we have a really good story to tell, but there is this Memphis component, Memphians. How do they feel about Memphis? Well, turns out that data that I just recorded or cited to you all is upside down here at home. We can be very hard on our city. In fact, our negativity numbers show that we are much lower on things like civic pride, things like words we use to describe Memphis: dirty, dangerous, poor, sadness, apprehension. Nationally, #1 responsive word that people have in Memphis? God bless you guys. I could only do that for so much longer. It's complicated. #1 response that people had outside of Memphis, and how, #1 word they picked? Curiosity. People want to know more about this place, this idea, this experience that we call Memphis. A couple other interesting things that we learned about Memphians and how they feel about our city. Not only did we do a demographic split of the data, we also did a geographic split. So we measured what people were thinking inside of the city, Shelby County, and then the broader media market. Does that all make sense? And what we started to learn was that there's this surge of enthusiasm that's happening downtown and in Midtown in the core, especially with our millennial friends. But as you get farther out, places like Shelby County, and then in the DMA like Tipton County, that positivity starts to fall off pretty steeply. A couple other things. Man, do we love our attractions, our attributes, whether it is the pyramid or the ducks or Graceland. We love bragging on these things because I think that's how we have found our self-worth in a lot of ways over the years. A couple other things. Man, we